Honoured indeed this evening to have some very well-respected and honoured guests. I'd like first of all to introduce to you the Right Honourable Mr. Patrick Jenkins, Secretary of State for Industry, who has interrupted his very busy political life to share a couple of hours with us this evening. He is so busy, in fact, that he has to leave us in an hour or two, but we are very happy for him to be with us, and I'd like you to greet him. Secondly, I'd like you to welcome Councillor Stephen Curtis and the Councillor Stephen Curtis, the Mayor of Redbridge, and the Deputy Mayor of Redbridge, and the Lady Deputy Mayoress of Redbridge. Thank you. I'd like also to welcome Mr. Jeffrey Blumenfeld, who is Field Worker of the United Synagogue Youth and Community Services. They have this evening, for the first time ever in the history of the Youth Council, sponsored a Youth Council event. We are deeply grateful to them, as half the stuff that you'll be seeing this evening would not have been able to have happened without them. Thank you. I'd also like to welcome, although he's not a guest to the building, he's always a much-loved figure amongst the community of Redbridge, Mr. Ian Burkoff, Director. The judges are welcome later, but we have something special for you now. I'd like you to listen and take in to what is going to happen now. Curtains, please.
Another event. We stop and think for a moment, perhaps, but from 3,000 miles and a whole blue sea away, it's hard for us to understand. And so another event slips by, another tragedy in our people's long history of tragedies.
But on this evening, when we are gathered together to listen to the youth of our community express their commitment to Israel in joyful song, let us for a moment open our hearts and remember those to whom we owe our state.
With what should I bless this boy? Asked the angel. With a smile like the sun, with eyes to see the wonders of the world, with a heart to feel and a soul to sing, with feet to dance forever and hands to hold a dream.
The angel blessed him with all these gifts. His heart was strong and his soul sang, and with a smile this gentle youth greeted all he saw. But his feet learned to
gentlemen, you are about to be entertained by something in the region of 80 to 100 youngsters. They are, as this auditorium is not large enough to house everybody, they are watching this presentation on a very large video screen on the other side of the building. I hope you can all hear me. I hope the sound is okay, and I hope that the lighting is okay as well. The standard of what you are about to see, I can assure you, is incredibly high. The work that has gone into it, both privately and in this building over the last week and all of today, has been incredible. And at this stage, I'd like to introduce you to our, at the moment, 3 judges. From left to right, I'd like to introduce you, first of all, to Reverend Avram Levin, the Chazan of the Beehive Lane Synagogue. Secondly, I'd like to introduce you, I'm going to get this right, to Mr. Stephen Kotzen, who not only is a Chazan, but is the Religious Education Director of the Association of Jewish Youth. At the moment, last but by no means least, Mr. Israel Weiner, not Mr. Israel Winner, who is the Aliyah Shaliach for this area. He is also welcome. My final welcome is to our compere for this evening, the Vice Chairman of the Redbridge Jewish Youth Council, Mr. Neale Diamond.
Welcome, as Michael says, to the 4th Israeli Song Contest. This is a very, very well contested contest. To repeat the word contest a few times. In fact, it's even better contested than our overflow competition, which is the Revision Song Contest. All I can really say is that we'll start the competition immediately just by giving you a recap of last year's winners. A tremendous song, which was a nice, happy, jolly tune by the group Chigwell Jewish Youth Club, and the song was called Israel Blues.
And if that ain't you,
sure you'll agree that was a very, very high standard that was held last year, and I'm sure it will be very, very difficult to follow. Let's hear it once again for Chigwell, Israel Blue. Now, whilst we just wait for the next group to get on stage and to have the organ set out ready for them, the name of the group is called Link 81, and this is the first time they're competing in a youth council contest, so they're opening a new chapter for themselves and for the youth council. The song is called Peace Again, and they've told me that it's a sincere hope for peace in Israel and throughout the whole world. It's written by Nicola Grew, composed by the pianist, who is Stuart Kay, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it's very difficult for a group, especially when it's their first time they're entering the competition, to come on first in the evening. So I'm sure you'll give them a very, very warm reception and welcome Link 81.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, I'd like to introduce you to Link 81, who have never performed in a song contest before, and I hope that this evening they're going to perform fantastically for 1982. So just bear with us. I want everybody to join in now with the old Israel. Tell me one word. Israel. From the left. From the right. All together now, everybody. on everybody, let's do good.
I'm sure that will be quite hard to follow by the rest of the I must point out one thing to you. It says in the programme we have tonight that it's being compared by Neale Diamond. In fact, that should be compared with the knee. I'm not actually comparing each group. I'm just comparing as in introducing it. And the next group we have for you is BBYA. Obviously very, very well supported here this evening. Their song is called what I'm trying to do now, which is Shout, and that's what it's called, written and composed by Simon Pinner, who will be the tall guy standing on the far right. The song is called Shout because they feel that Israel is something worth shouting about, and don't we all? They have very, very strong ties with Israel and are proud that they can call it their homeland. Okay, let's watch out for a nice harmony, a very, very lively chorus, and listen to the words because they are very, very significant. Here we have BBYA and
It's sing, sing, do anything. We can shout, shout, sing, sing, do anything. There's a whole world you can't tell. But it doesn't matter who you are. We can shout, shout, sing, sing, do anything. We can shout, shout, sing, sing, do anything. We can shout, shout, sing, sing, do anything. When your heart's in Israel.
Another distinguished guest this evening, Reverend Schneider. The next group we have to perform this evening is the Redbridge Jewish Youth and Community Centre, and their song is called Dreamin. It's a group of 4 members of the centre. The words and music were written by Miles Foreman, who you will see from various times this evening playing on the organ, and in fact tonight he's actually playing as part of the group and not just helping out the other groups. The song is about a young boy who has dreams that he doesn't quite understand, and these mysteries are related to Israel. I'd like to remind you that this group are not using the microphones for this song, and therefore it would be appreciated if the audience could be supportive, but please be quiet whilst they are singing. So let's have a nice big hand for the Redbridge Jewish Youth and Community Centre with Dreamin.
Turn the day to night.
right in saying that our last judge this evening has just arrived, and that is Mr. Shlomo Ketko, so I'm sure we'd all like to welcome him this evening. Right, the next group is called Hanoah Hatzioni, and their song is entitled Israel, That's Where Your Home Should Be. This song has been composed and written by Michel Hurst, our resident SAS man. And he tells me that he wrote it during a boring company law lecture at Polytechnic, and that he has withheld the copyright. The meaning of the song is that we should all have an affinity with Israel and feel that it is part of us and our homeland. I'm sure you'd like to welcome Hanoah Hatzioni.
I want to be beside the sea in airlines. I want to go and leave my soul in D's and God, because I know where I should see my life go on its way to Israel. That's where my heart should be. I'd like to walk the streets without a worry. I want to feel my rolling lives fulfilled to the best. I'd like to pick the fruit of love. I'd like to plant a tree in Israel. That's where my heart should be. So pick yourself up and make that move. Get out of your trap and move off down the road. Forget all your worries, you can leave them all behind. Go move to the place where home should be. Now is the time to build your new tomorrow. Just take the plane and really help our country on its way. Pick up all your family and fly to Tel Aviv. In Israel, that's where your heart should be. It's great to live in warm and kind surroundings. It's great to be beside the people that you know best. To live a life of happiness without hostility. In Israel, that's where your heart should be. So pick yourself up and make that move. Get out of your trap and move off down the road. Forget all your worries, you can leave them all behind. Go move to the place where home should be. Pick yourself up and make that move. Get out of your trap and move off down the road. Forget all your worries, you can leave them all behind. Go move to the place where home should be. Forget all your worries, you can leave them all behind. Go move to the place where home should be. Forget all your worries, you can leave them all behind. Go move to the place where home should be.
group we have this evening is actually misprinted in your programme. It's printed as Sway, and actually it should be SWERS, which stands for the South West Essex Reformed Synagogue. And the group call themselves Hamazayafim, which means those who sing off key. But I think I'll allow you to be the judges of whether they sing off key or not. The song they have written is called For No Matter Where I Go, It's Always Israel. And this is based on a sentence by Nachman of Bratslav. The music is by Ian Jacobs, who will be playing the organ, and the lyrics are by Mark Michaels, who will be playing the guitar. So let's have a nice warm welcome for SWERS and Hayamafim. The next group we have for you is called Hub on In Draw. And I've been told they're looking for more than a draw this evening. The song... Thank you. David Goldberg writes my script. I've been told that their song has changed from the name printed in the programme. It's called Al Hecharim, and it's a nonsense song. They're singing it in Hebrew, and it's about climbing a mountain and falling off. It's a very cheerful, fun song, and they tell me that their group is all about having fun and enjoying themselves. So I'm sure you'd like to welcome Hub on In Draw. Right. The next group we have for you are called State 48, and their song is called Would Israel Be Accepted? And once again, this is written by the SAS man Michelle Hurst, and the words of the song were written by Lorraine Gold. And in fact, Michelle says that he wrote the music whilst he was at home watching Dallas. Basically, the song is about if a new world started, would Israel be accepted? And I'm hearing from behind me that they're not quite ready. So what I can tell you is that upstairs where all our contestants are sitting, they have a video screen. And they're watching me now, and they can hear the noise from in here. And the atmosphere up there is absolutely ecstatic, I can tell you. And they're enjoying it. They're enjoying this performance just as much as you all are. So they're seeing everything that you can see. Right, I'm sure you'd like to welcome the next group, State 48, with Would Israel Be Accepted?
And we make a new world, and we start anew, creating lots of happiness for you and me. Could all accept a new world and please you every day. When you are solved of problems and bring songs to us. Everything that started there, beginning what she's done. This will be accepted. I'll answer the question now. We'd like to know the answer.
next group we have for you is Barkingside Jewish Youth Club, and their song is called Kiri Bim, which in English means questions and answers. The song was composed by Lindsay Gold, and the lyrics were written by Martine Truman. And the group consists of 4 members of the centre and 1 manager, who is the lead singer. The song is about children asking the manager how they can help Israel. And the reason why they wrote this song, as Lindsay says, she wasn't exactly inspired, but it was a good idea. Miles Foreman will be accompanying them, but only playing the chords, so most of this is completely vocal and will be led by Lindsay. So put your hands together, please, and welcome Barkingside.
To Israel and you've never been before, very soon you will see it's a land you'll adore. Oh Israel, if you go to Israel, you will see the bluest sea. You will find a country that is never trouble-free. Oh Israel, please help them.
But how? Tell us, how can we help a place that's so far away? How can we help when we've nothing to say? Oh, how? Tell us how.
There are things you can do so much. Just look around you, look, feel, see and touch. That's trying to help them.
But what about now? What can we do?
You can help by praying, hoping night and day that something will happen to bring peace their way. That's trying to help them.
I will say my daily prayers and hope all I can, and visit my country with my hand in the hand that's starting to help them. So we'll go to Israel and help all we can, and pray something happens to bring peace to the land. We're trying to help them. I will say my daily prayers and hope all I can, and visit my country with my hand in the hands that's starting to help them. So we'll go to Israel and help all we can, and pray something happens to bring peace to the land. We're trying to help them. We're trying to help them.
The next group we have for you is BBYO, and the song they have written is called Bashana. There are 9 people in this group, and the music and words were written by Austin Garr. They're going to be accompanied on the organ by Miles Foreman, and the song is about a dream that everyone should have of going on Aliyah to Israel. The song was written with the inspiration that Austin had when he was on holiday in Israel this summer. And it's also worth mentioning that BBYO won the competition in 1979, so they're old hands at this. So would you put your hands together again and welcome BBYO with Bashana.
Fighting for a cause, but behind join with me when I sing this song. Bashana Haba Birushalayim, Bashana Haba Birushalayim Habnuya, Bashana Haba Birushalayim, Bashana Haba Birushalayim Habnuya, Habnuya, Habnuya. Beginnings and now it's pouring down, it's raining all of the time. But in our land you'll get a good time, they're always in sunshine. So come with me and you'll see the greatest rainy world. It's not quite paradise, but the weather's nice and there's lots of pretty girls. Bashana Haba Birushalayim, Bashana Haba Birushalayim Habnuya, Bashana Haba Birushalayim, Bashana Haba Birushalayim Habnuya, Habnuya, Habnuya. If you don't like the Kibbutzim, the way the Sabbaths live, then don't be blue, there's a place for you in a town like Tel Aviv. So don't make a fuss and come with us, 'cause how can we fail? Sister and brother will join each other in Eretz Yisrael. Bashana Haba Birushalayim, Bashana Haba Birushalayim Habnuya, Bashana Haba Birushalayim, Bashana Haba Birushalayim Habnuya, Bashana Haba
Whilst we have a few brief moments before the next group takes their time to set up, I think they've got some extravaganza to show you. May I just tell you that all the songs you're hearing this evening are all quite original and composed by the people who are taking part or affiliated to those various organisations. So I'm sure you'll appreciate the hard work that goes into each song. The next group we have is called Bnei Akiva, and their song is called Hayom Hakayim Higiyah, which means in English, today summer arrives. The words and music were written by Johnny Waxman, who is appearing in the group, and the song is obviously about peace in Israel, especially during the summertime, a time of the year that should be full of fun and happiness, and that peace should be spread at this happy time. So let's welcome Bnei Akiva with Today Summer Arrives. A slight technical hitch here. They are actually behind here, and they will be ready to sing in a moment, I think. Yes?
Won't be long.
I can assure you this is quite worth waiting for. Almost ready. Yes,
in the yellow shirt there. There's Johnny Maxwell and Zena Black and Michelle, what's her name? Michelle Aarons, and I'm Adam.
הגיע סוף דקה, והיום הוא חוזר הביתה
just took me 5 minutes to get through all the wires they had out there. Quite a few wires. We were in fact having some trouble with the amplification due to some wires being changed about here and there. And we'd like to apologise for the song that was sung by State 48. I can assure you they were singing their hearts out. If you didn't actually hear it, we're very sorry, and we're also very sorry to the group. But as I say, we have had a problem with some of the microphones. The next group I have to introduce to you is the Chigwell Jewish Youth Club, which is a very young youth club. And in fact, you saw some of them earlier this evening singing the winning song from last year, Israel Blues. Well, this year they've got a slightly larger group. In fact, there's 17 of them. And they tell me that the song was written by all of them with the help of Hazel Gerard. So the song is a joint effort. And the song is called Israel Our Home. And what they tell me the song is about is that they try and say that how can you forget about Israel when it means something to all of us? It's a country we should all be proud of. And no matter where you are, Israel will always be your home. And that's sentiments that many of us have. And it's something that we all feel very, very strongly about. So, technical hitches allowing, I think we can now welcome Chigwell Jewish Youth Club. We now have 2 out of 3 microphones working, and we're just going for the last one now. So please bear with us. I finally got out here. family got out after nearly being crushed by 17 children marching off the stage. The next group we have for you is one of our school societies, Woodford County High School. And their song is called Friend Forever, and the song is written by Rosalind Lawrence. And they give the significance that Israel is always there in a time of need. She was inspired to write this song, I'm told, whilst she was being bored with her history homework. And I've been told that the song really means something to all of them. I'm being kicked persistently in the back of my leg here, which means that they're ready to sing. So we have Woodford County High School with Friend Forever. And now we come to the ultimate song of the evening, performed by a group called Diganya FZY, and believe me, you will not have seen anything like this evening. The song, I suppose you can call it a song, is called Fearsome Plight, and it's about oppressed Arab Jewry, and it sums up the mood via what they call music and certain lyrics. If any of you, as you came in, you sat down in your chairs, you were sitting on a little magazine which we print called Hakol. The words are actually printed on the back of there. The song was written by Mark Conin, the music by Stuart Landon, and additional material was supplied by Adrian Cohen, and he's the young man that's wearing sunglasses when you see the curtains open, and another person in the group called Jake, who thinks he'll be wearing the hat. He thinks he's Gary Newman in disguise. So this, I'm sure you will see, adds a nice finish to the evening as far as the singing goes, and it really is a bit of variety. Here we have
Yeah, this is a bit slightly different, but I think that times like this it's important to remember Jews in Arab lands who are often forgotten and are living under extreme oppression. And I think it's really... well, I think it's really... shows a bit of light upon the essence of the subject. Anyway, right. 1, 2, 3!
agree that was quite different. And a fine way to end off the teams that were competing this evening. I'm sure you'd like to have one more large round of applause for all those 13 groups who are sitting listening to us now that put in such a wonderful effort. And also the people that work so hard behind stage, moving the microphones and setting up the stage for each group that was coming on. I now have pleasure in telling you we have a short interval for approximately 10 minutes, and this is so as to give our judges a chance to get together and discuss their marks and to come to some general opinion. So we have a short interval which will be taking place in the capital.
I'd like to invite the judges to come on the stage. Abraham Levin, Ismail Finer, and Stephen Cotson, please come and join us. The judges have awarded 2 sets of marks. 1 set of marks for presentation, the other set for content. Remembering that the contestants, the groups, are competing for the Bank Trophy that is yearly donated to the Youth Council by Bank Neale Me. So, Stephen, you're first. So they're giving 1 set of marks for presentation out of 20, the other set for content. Okay, Stephen's set of marks first.
Link 81, 8. BBYA 14. Redbridge Jewish Youth and Community Centre 20. Ni 13. Southwest Essex 14. Habonim Draw 10. It's out of 20, by the way. State 48, 10. Barking Side 15. BBYO 17. B'nai Akiva 13. Chigwell Jewish Youth Club 19. Woodford 16. And the Ganya FZY 15.
BBYA 14. Redbridge Center 20. BBYO 16.
Thank you.
Well. Chiquel 18.
Your marks, please, for presentation. Quiet, please.
Link 81, 16. BBYA 70. Redbridge 20. Inside 18. BBYO 15. Banana Fever 18. Chiquel 16. Woodford 18. Ganya 16.
So, after the first set of marks, we can see that clear leaders at the moment are the Redbridge. Ladies and gentlemen, before we go into the second set of marks, I've got one very, very big thank you to make. There's a gentleman standing on my left who, without him, any of this would not have been possible. David Goldberg was chairman of the Redbridge Youth Council for 2 years, up to about 3 weeks ago, when I, in my infinite wisdom, decided I was elected to continue his position. I really would like one very, very big round of applause. Your marks for content.
Link 81, 10. BBYA 18. RJYCC 20. Hanahatsioli 15. Southwest Essex 16. Habonim 10. State 48 9. Barkingside 17. BBYO 18. I'm hanging. 18. Yeah. Snare Kiva, 17. Chigwell Jewish Youth Club, 18. Woodford, 18. We'll have to change my score. Degania, FZY, 16.
Okay, Israel Barnes.
Link 81, 10. BYA, 12. Redbridge Center, Lucas, 20. Sonora, 18. Southwest Essex, 15. More Happonin, 15. I'm sorry, 10. Sorry, 10. State 48, 12. Chirigim, 10. BBYO as an Aliyah Shaliach, I couldn't but give them another 20. Nia 14. Chigwell, 17. Woodford, 15. Dania, 16.
Quietly, before we start the final counting, we got RJYCC in the lead with 100. Chigwell with 89. BBYO 86 and Goldstein 84. There you go.
Link 81, 17. BBYA, 18. Redbridge, 2 with an alt next to it. I know that's the only 20. Southwest Essex, 18. Avoiding draw 8. State 48, 10. Barkingside 19. BBYO 14. Benang Akiva 18. Chigwell 17. Woodford
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the man with the thank yous. I'd like to thank Ken Hammond and his crew for the lighting and sound. Miles Foreman for his accompaniment. And last, and by not being least, our wonderful compere, Neale Diamond. In true contest style, in true contest style, I've got to announce this in reverse order. Third. It's not obvious. Equal third. Yes, equal third. I would like Hanazioni representative and Woodford County High School. Excuse me, I'd like to invite the Lady Deputy Mayoress to award the prizes. Okay, Hanazioni, could you please send that as your alphabetically first? Woodford County High School, lovely. Second, I'd like to invite representatives of Children's Youth. I'd like to invite them to come and present the trophy, but also to sing us Dreamin once again, the Redbridge Youth Band. Before we sing, I'd like to publicise something. Next Sunday, second day of Hanukkah, the Redbridge Youth Council is once again holding its annual Hanukkah march. On your seats, you see these wonderful ice cream things which says marching on, in solidarity with world Jewry, with Arab Jewry, with Soviet Jewry, with all oppressed Jewry in general. It's not just a youth event, it's an annual communal event that we hope we get at least this amount of people there, leaving the Betty Gabriel Hall at 6:30 p.m, arriving here about 8 o'clock, and at 8:30 there's going to be a fire lighting and fireworks display. How are they doing? So I'd like to see as many of you there as possible. Once again, thank you very much to you for coming, to the participants for participating. Hope to see you next year and next week. Ladies and gentlemen, Redbridge and Community Centre, Dreamin.
Quiet, please. Kept quiet, please.
Listening on. Ladies and gentlemen, may I say how much my wife and I have enjoyed this tremendous evening. I'd rather have been sitting in that front seat than sitting in the judge's seat, where I'm sure they have an extremely hard job to do. You have shown tonight a tremendous amount of good organisation, good expertise, and a wonderful lot of good singing. We have enjoyed ourselves very much. Congratulations, Mr. Chairman, to you and to all your helpers. It's a wonderful experience to come to Sinclair House. We have enjoyed it. I'm very glad to have renewed acquaintance with my old friend Ian Burkoff, and if Stephen Curtis is here, as I am, I'd like to meet him afterwards. Once again, thank you very much, and for all the entertainers, for everybody that took part, all those who couldn't win, because we only have one winner at the end of the day. Hard lines, try again next year, and congratulations to you. You did a marvellous job. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think before we sing the Queen and the Hatikva, it's important for us to recognise one very important factor. Redbridge's Youth Council is a body that encompasses almost every single youth group in the area. Yet, we are based in this most fantastic centre. I think it is important for us to realise that without this centre, a heck of a lot that goes on within this community couldn't happen. And I hope that we all realise its benefits and we all act accordingly. Okay. I'd like to ask you all to be upstanding for the Queen and then the Hatikva. Right, please. Hatikva first.